Hello everybody, Guys the Pirate here, and welcome back to another video. Now, as I said in a recent video just past, I got Battlefield 4 working again, after maybe a month or two of not being able to play it. Ironically, towards the end of their Player Appreciation Month, which is kind of just my luck. But, I kind of caved, I know, and went out and got Battlefield 4 Premium, because as with Battlefield 3, I wanted to play the game whole, and much to my, I guess regret would be the word I'm looking for, although not really, but you get what I'm saying. I kind of caved, and I went and got Premium, because Second Assault just came out for Premium players for PC, finally, after a very long wait. So, I thought I would check it out, and share with you guys my impressions of the Second Assault expansion pack for Battlefield 4. Now, to be clear, I'm only going to be speaking about the maps themselves, not the weapons, simply because I haven't spent enough time with each of the weapons to give you an accurate conclusion on what I feel they are like, if that makes sense. But first of all, let's start with Operation Firestorm. Now, again, like all these maps in this expansion pack, the map layout is very much the same kind of deal. The main changes are just aesthetic. Little additions with Levolution, which I kind of like. In this, for example, there's one particular tall smokestack which is very commonly used as a sniping perch. Well, as a way of countering that, there is a button you can press which simply sets off a whole bunch of fire jets around the map, including up in that sniper's nest. So if anyone's hanging around there, you're gonna have barbecued sniper for dinner. But other than that, it's not really as fun to play as on Conquest as I thought so. I mean, it's a little more enjoyable than I found it in Battlefield 3, because I absolutely hated the map in Battlefield 3, but in this, it's only just that little bit better, but not enough for me to justify it as suddenly saying it's a great map. And the same can be said with Caspian Border. Now, I really do love the aesthetic changes they've made to this map. Most notably, the border wall to actually give the feeling that the map is set on the Caspian border. I think that looks very, very cool, and slightly changes the way the map is played. But again, not all that much. The collapsing tower is kind of cool, but since that's just set off by pressing a button and waiting 3 minutes, it kind of becomes a little boring very quickly, because you'll have someone go and set off right at the start of match, and therefore it can't really be used as a gameplay element. And Caspian Border in Battlefield 3 was my least favorite Conquest map, and the same thing goes with this map. It's just, I get bored with this map. However, moving on to Gulf of Oman, this map is brilliant. I've always liked the Gulf of Oman since Battlefield 2. With Battlefield 3, I thought it was brilliant. I had a lot of fun playing it. But this just takes it another step with the Levolution, that being the Sandstorm. Now, the best thing to compare it to would be the Storm from the Paracel Storm map. You'll have look over and see this sandstorm off in the ocean, slowly making its way to the map. And when it actually hits, man, I cannot begin to describe how cool this is. For one, you can't see anything when it hits. Now, some might think, oh, but how are you supposed to play? Well, that's the point. It adds a whole new way of how you play this map. You've got to be a little more careful about where you move, because you can't see other players very well. So you've got to be a constant lookout for people who might be trying to sneak around you, because it's very easy to sneak around when this sandstorm hit. And I have to credit DICE for their sound design for this storm. It's incredible what they've done. And other than that, the map's still very much the same old sniping perches, but with this sandstorm, they're a little bit redundant. Now, moving on to Operation Metro. There is only one thing I can say about Operation Metro to sum it up. It is still the same clusterfuck of grenades that it was in Battlefield 3. Now sure, they've added in the elevators, and they've added in an extra side hallway to try and counter that kind of locked down area of the stairs near the B flag, but that only worked for a little bit because, you know, the US team, basically people know that if you're on the US team you're almost bound to lose, but that wasn't the case when this map first came out and I was playing it. However, it didn't take long for people to figure out that if they're on the Russian team, there are other ways to block off the new areas, particularly the elevators. All you really have to do is chuck down a claymore or a bit of C4, wait for someone to come up and set it off. And if you're feeling really crafty and looking to get some extra points and kills, you can go down on that elevator as it goes down, because I'll tell you this, people on the US team are not necessarily expecting someone to come out of that elevator when it opens up. So when you come down it, you're going to be able to catch people off guard a little bit. But the same case goes for if you go up, because you're always going to have people with their back to you that you can easily take a shotgun to, or a quick assault rifle burst into, and you'll knock them down. So that's a way to get a couple of easy kills before you get inevitably killed yourself. So if you're into point farming like you were in Battlefield 3, then again, Operation Metro is your one-stop shop for that, especially if you're like me and had double XP running with a 200% XP boost at the same time, and basically leveled up 5 times at the end of each round. So it's a good way to grind your points up and level up very, very quickly, and just get plenty of kills, plenty of deaths as well. I will say this since Second Assault came out. If you're interested in all the KD rubbish and everything, let's just say mine went down significantly, but my scoring and all that went up. So I take the good with the bad. But I will say that these maps are essentially the same as they were before. And if you liked those maps, then this expansion pack may be worth picking up if you are enjoying Battlefield 4 and want to see these maps redone on Frostbite 3. Because they do look nice. They look spectacular. I can give you that much. You can notice the graphical difference from Battlefield 3, and it's a good way to compare that. But if you didn't like Battlefield 3 or weren't really into those maps, then this probably isn't for you. Personally, I like it, but that's just me. But I want you guys to tell me down in the comments down below, if you, particularly Xbox players who have had this expansion for a while now, what do you think of the Second Assault expansion pack? Do you like it? Do you hate it? For what reasons? And I also invite you to come along and like my Facebook page. I'm always updating on that, whether it be about this channel or just about me gaming-wise or anything like that. It's a good place to come and catch up with me and stay up to date with everything. Twitter's down there as well if you prefer to do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all in the next video. Guys, Pirate out. Bye.